How weird. Anyway, any hoozles. Apparently, if you start actually setting up your broadcast settings, when you're at the very start of the opening of the game, that's a cutscene the game does not like, and so, I can't broadcast there, but even though it's just sitting on the screen, the game can't recognize that, because, you know, a console as smart as it is can't recognize what screen it's on. Anyway, my point aside, this is unironically the Rival's killer to me. And this game is so good that I would actually maybe possibly consider modding it on PC, not on console, but on PC. Just because of what I've seen about this game, and if they don't actually fix the bugs and the issues, it technically is unfair to the player that you should know their charged up attacks and they should display it. So it's just a simple tweak, edit, technically just like a line of code. But technically that is a mod, and by playing with that, Sony has the right to break your console just for you just trying to see the enemies display their attack like they should be, because you always display your attack, and for the sake of fairness. So how it is for most games. Every game is always going to have a bit of bugs to it. You just gotta deal with it. And if you can't deal with the bugs, hey there, then you move on. I want to play Marvel Rivals, I really, really do. But when I go online, and I hear that people refer to my character as the Rocket Pax, it's kind of disincentivizing for me to try to play on rank. So I'm like, I'll just play here for like 40 hours, get good gear, and spam out 50,000 damage. That's numbers you want to see on Rivals, right? I just got off a game of doing 11,000 healing, and I had the least amount of deaths, but still, not MVP, because game can't recognize that, but it doesn't matter. Just matters how little you die in this game.
Death sought the Crowfather, but what he found was something more. A secret once forgotten. A path to another world.
I thought it would catch you up to where we're at now. Okay, no. Yeah, I get what the camera does this, but it's very funny how when the last time where it just like did this, but it was zooming in on dramatically on the ground in front of me. Ooh. Oh, I didn't mean that. I just meant continue. Anyway. Continuing on. And I have been looking on YouTube at, specifically at animation cancels for this guy. Okay. So apparently, when you do throw out you can't actually, when you throw out your big sight, well, that's the wrong button. How did I throw out the scythe? Yeah, was it? I really have to relearn all my controls, because this is... Wait, what? I can do that? Holy heck! I will just check my command list. L1 and R2. Oh. No. It has been a bit since I played. I only have one health potion, and I really wish I had Scythe that had, But hey, we discovered new tech, I guess. If I could do it again. No. I literally had to choose this Coliseum fight right here with the level up, so I actually want to get full use of my kit before moving on. This is the first dungeon of the game. The other one isn't so bad because it's water. Fired into the hot and it do hurt a little bit, so this dungeon I try to be a bit wary on. I don't know why I took health there. I thought I had a full bar of health, but I guess not. Oh well. I wasn't trying to summon that, I was trying to figure out my moves. I know I'm not that good at this game, and I know this game will require me to be very exceptional. But I view games as just, I'm here just to have fun, and I can have more fun in this than in Rivals because it actually kind of cohesively works. It's a bit janky at times. Like, the whole targeting system, even that online was like, that's retroactively against what the game principle is trying to be of a hack and slash, and you're pulled, like, you can't even see the bottom of Death's feet just by standing, and Letterbox narrows your field of view even more. And it looks like at specific directions, and you're not able to even change. But it will... I see how they're kind of trying to guide you as a player. Like if you're looking, oh, generally over here. Well, I thought it would target that, but I thought it would target the bomb I was just looking at that I was just targeting. But now that I'm standing right next to it, I won't even target it. What is this game? It is fun, but... Yeah, how did I... I could do that. Then how do I do the little slashing thing? I thought that was... I thought I could cancel. Did I just cancel? Weird. It's like the game wants to work, but
This is no place for
it's. So I guess I can cancel from that into throwing, which then shortens my reanimation time. Cool. But still, how do I... Oh, so it's... After you dodge, you can hold down triangle, but you have to do same button. Okay. Okay, I get it how it works now. I can work with that. Anyway, moving onward, unlike mob rivals, there is no chronovision, so you have to rely on your own intellect and actually how to solve these puzzles. Yeah, sure, I'll take it. I'll clear out the loot. I do believe these things are on a timer. Press R3 to enter aim mode. I got new gear. Arcane critical damage. Thought there was a way. I keep thinking there was a way to favorite it, but oh. It was a trap all along. Just like a puppet. A mimic, even. I hit dodge, but I was out of dodges. I know I am not that good at this game, and that I will die a whole bunch in this dungeon, and I thought I'd be a lot better, but hey, we are learning stuff along the way. Alright. That was just the bonus thing. It was actually teaching you about how... I don't know how I spot dodged that, but hey. I don't actually want to invest in the skills. Yeah, I know that's a whole big part of the game, but I want to take a different kind of approach. Because the skills just emphasize and are an accentuation of your overall combat capabilities. So they're kind of meaningless if you can't actually hold your own in this game, in my opinion. And it'd be cheap to just throw out skeletons to attack for me. If I'm attacking with them and actually making it look stylish, then people want to come to my channel for that, rather than me being a cheapy old boy. I should get the teleport dash though, because that is... I do have 2 skill points. Heals 10% damage done. Okay, yeah. That's why the teleport slash is so good. Logistically, you're healing for 10, 11 to 13. It is an essential part of his kit. Like, necromancy is just this whole kit is meant, and the whole skill tree is weird because it's actually a whole bunch, just a couple of different effects that just enhance your overall capabilities. Slowed by a frost and sled ablaze. Increase the generation for a short time. But yes, I guess I will purchase this. And I don't want to set them on fire. Ah, so it does heal for more. Okay, so I did think it, as I thought, it did go up to 15%. Can I... Oh, right. L1? Okay, so I do have to hold down both buttons. Pro gamer. Ignore that. Almost finished this. Thought I heard footsteps that were my own. Oh. Developers are cheeky for that. Just one unit outside of your jump radius. Is there anything else? I mean, what's the whole point of... Oh. Right. This is the way it's supposed to go. It's been a while since I played this dungeon, and I am very low in health, so I'm being very wary of anything, any possible explosion that... I noticed the ledge that I was supposed to jump on right next to it. It's very nice of this game forgiving, and that saved me from 1 hit point, and I can still do dungeon exploring. Oh wait, nope. I am clearly... Can I do it mid-air though? Can I cheese dungeons? No, I cannot. Okay, so how do I actually get over there? I do see that up there. Oh. I see the wall crawl. That's very hidden. What does he do? Oh, it accomplishes that. See, over there's a fight. Every part of me is itching to fight before I move on, so I want to actually try and heal, but can I actually make it up there? Nope. I was hoping I could run a bit before the chasm of death, but you know. Like, do I have to? I always thought you always had to do... Isn't there a way to pull up map? Isn't there a way to pull up the actual... Okay, there is. I always remember doing this before moving on. Because the way I always play is I always... So there's fast travel. I just think I have to... Can I fast travel? It would be great if I could fast travel back to the forge. Fast traveling within a dungeon will leave the dungeon waypoint and will allow you... Yeah, yes. Okay, cool. No, the whole point of this game is for you to save your money. And not to buy potions. But I am in dire need. And it is the very start of this very grueling game, and thank God you're here. I was hoping you didn't spawn in yet. Please sell me potions.
We've been awaiting your arrival, horseman. Your shadow has long hovered over this realm.
Many know the Reaper, Old One, but I don't know you.
We are the builders of this world, but corruption seethes at its heart and destroys in days what we shaped over eons. Adar does his best to soothe our pain, but our souls yearn for only one comfort: death. We are without hope.
Very funny that Death is just looking straight at her abdomen just because everyone in this world is so tall. So, I know your eyes are up there, lady, but forgive me for not wanting to strain my neck. Everyone in this game is so well designed and so pretty, and the game is just so lovely and inviting. I'm actively...
You despair, Old One, and yet raise life from the earth.
I am a shaman, bound to this task even as our days darken. We are as the vines, coming to root, then to flower, and then to decay, dropping seeds upon the dust. A circle everlasting. I cannot stop it, nor can I stop you.
Tell me more about the Tree of Life.
Oh my gosh.
The forest around the tree has been corrupted. It hungers. You cannot reach the tree, not with breath still in you.
Normally games would just interrupt their own dialogue, but she actually gets to finish what she's saying?
The path of a brother troubles you. It is your past, but also your future.
Cauldron of the Horse.
Stone, wood, iron, these are the gifts of the makers.
Tell me, Shaman, what is corruption?
I only know what I fear it to be. That corruption is hate given life, and that hate does not come from trees or stones, but from ourselves.
Wow, very deep words from a very older game that are still... Yeah, I couldn't have said it better myself. Changing fate.
Do you ever doubt your future?
No.
So one like yourself would set out to change a fate that displeases him. That is a long and dangerous path, even for Death himself.
How is that your concern, Shaman?
Only that I am skilled at crafting talismans. If you gather the proper materials and return them to me, I'll make a potent talisman to aid you on your journey.
What do you require?
Stalker's bone, mordant dew, and carven stone. It is not a simple charm.
Where can I find them?
Somewhere in the Forge Lands. I rarely leave Tristone, but that pup Khan is always out exploring. He can tell you more, no doubt. What was old is new again.
I know all these are outside of my range, but I can't even afford a health potion in this economy.
My thanks. As you reap, I will sow.
Well, that was a complete and utter bust. So, it is nice that they do have fast travel just inherently in the game pretty much anywhere. Sucks that we are still low as hecky heck on health. And this puts me back over here. Of course it does. Nope. I tried to grab back on, but game would not let me. I realized my mistake because I did not hold down a button. Yeah, grab that. Like, that starts, yeah. Actual puzzle platforming. Tiptoe, 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 and... Of all the things about this game, I'm glad that they took time with their puzzle. I'm using... oh. I really feel like I should be able to get up there. But the game will not let me. Oh. Oh, that's to get back over here because it loops back around. I'm a big old dum-dum. I'm forgetting about rooms of this dungeon, and that is not good. I'm gonna have a big old fuss fight. Yeah, big old fight. Okay, yeah. So, that doesn't seal back any health at all. But hey, at least I have a bit more. No, this is an unskippable cutscene, isn't it? Is that it? Okay. Okay. So, we have a way of actually building up health over time by a bit. There's a way to pop up your menu just by itself. No? Like... Oh, where's our one? Did I get any new equipment? I doubt that I would get anything of substantial use, but oh wow, so increased arcane, a bit more strength, defense, but level 5 required. All those are poopy compared to that. So it literally is just a room of monsters just to go to another room of monsters. The dungeon map. Yay. It's just like Zelda. I kid, but I actually really do enjoying my time. Okay, that came out of nowhere. I thought I could relax for a second, but okay, this game's going to be very, 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 very unfair. At least I have, like I said, wave generating health. I just wish the game would save. Isn't there a way to like in the original, there was a way for Dusk, your crow, to you could press a button and it would give you a hint. Did they take that out? I got health and still died to that. Oh, and it doesn't save me opening it, does it? Oh, it does. So I don't have to recollect it if I die. Cool. Okay, I am not gonna beat this game anytime soon. Uh, I may have picked it too hard of a difficulty, but even so still, I just enjoy this game and I enjoy challenging myself. I hope you all think I'm doing well. I know I shouldn't be frustrated, but like a YouTuber said, that teleport slash really should have some vulnerability behind it. Because even if you're off screen, you still do take damage, so in startup frames, you're putting yourself at a disadvantage to try to gain health. Oy. I am passively gaining health. Why are you... like... the targeting system wasn't even working. Okay, we got a new loot thingy. This fire damage. I'll rock with these. They do a bit more damage.
This is no place for a horse.
Oh yeah.
Dust?
That's what I thought. And I was trying to find that, and then there, lo and behold, the tutorial for it. Like sometimes when you want to go vertically strafing forward, it doesn't always. Sometimes it doesn't always auto-align like it's supposed to. But that's okay. Oh, that chest is locked in that room. Does it really do 0 damage over time? Yeah, I will take these over instead. Oh. That's for the end of the dungeon. And that way is locked. Don't I go around there soon? I at least wanted to try to split this dungeon up into 2 parts, because dungeons can be kind of long and big, and they're basically just full of tombs of a whole bunch of enemies. But I do believe once you clear out a dungeon with the enemies, I can't remember if they spawn back or not, but I remembered that I was having a hard time grinding, I think, because the enemy count might be lower. I don't remember, but it's been a while since I played this game. Honestly, kind of want to leave off right here. We did get a nice new weapon, but honestly, I prefer these because having a 3% critical chance is better than having just a bit of fire damage over time. This game is beautiful. And I enjoy it more than Rivals because I can actually dress up Death with the cosmetics I find in-game, which actually have. Yeah, they might reuse textures with the randomly generated loot, but even so still, there's a variety of textures that the game can pull from and randomly assign stats to that it does make the combinations of what you can build kind of nice. There is one more. Wait. Maybe this isn't what I'm thinking of, but I think this is now. I've only ever really beaten the first 2 dungeons of this game. I mean, yeah, I did beat, like, the 3rd big overarching dungeon. But I never got past the overworld, but I do know these dungeons. And I'm like, is this the part that loops back on itself? Or is that further on in the dungeon? I know I've only been streaming for an hour, but I just wanted to be able to use a skeleton key when I started the next one, but hey, I guess we can stream for possibly another more hour? It's... this... I hate you. I hate your idea concept so much because you're integral to a freaking flocking boss fight. But for now, I will enjoy you. Yeah. Oh. Why would this extend all the way around here? I just want to make sure I'm not missing anything. No, but... Fire dungeon I don't quite remember quite as well. But I remember the bosses of both dungeons. Okay, so there's another skeleton key. And that also unlocks out here. Still says we're missing one? Oh. Wait, what? Well, I'll be darned. I guess I might as well go out. Also, if I were to mod this game on PC, being able to sprint while climbing, so you climb a bit faster to make parkouring a bit more enjoyable with quality of life. Just saying, small tweaks, ideas. Everything's already here. Just needs to be slightly retuned, but for the most part, I couldn't imagine a better game to actually be playing. Oh, because it's broken. And that's the thing is, as soon as I pressed circle, I was animation locked. I had to drop to the floor, hit something before I could move again. So that's why earlier when I did try to correct myself on the wall and when I was stuck, the game still wouldn't let me, so... The game it may look like sometimes you die when you shouldn't, and other times like, oh, you deserve that, but also, yeah, kind of, but even the basic animations of falling can still be just unlocked into, if you're not too careful. Ah, shite! That actually legitimately scared me. I knew you were there. I just thought it was gonna be a bigger fight. Why would they put a pit over... Don't mind me, I'm just practicing for something I will totally not need later. do. Dang it. Oh! Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Is it a trap? Is it a mimic chest? No more spawning enemies? Wow, you could have literally... Oh, I see. It was necessary for the puzzle, but... I keep forgetting that this door is here. Now, before I end it here, I just wanted to come outside the dungeon and... No, it doesn't show you. But if I take one step inside... So, the other side of that second floor is for the second half of that dungeon. As you can see, there's a whole big sloth right there, and the boss, I do believe, is... Yeah, there should be, I thought, a third floor because I thought that's where the staircases went, but we've knocked out a majority of the entirety of the first floor. All that's left is this. And I wanted to leave it here because I kind of do have to go get something to eat, and I have been playing for an hour. But let me know your comments, your thoughts on this playthrough, on my skills, if you think I'm good. Yeah, but These are better. Don't I talk to you about stuff?
Your shaman has offered me a talisman if I bring her the materials.
You'd be wise to accept then. Her craft is mighty powerful.
Where do I find Stalker's bone?
You'll find stalkers prowling the cauldron. Should be simple work, if your name is any indication.
Wait. I'm sorry, before I go, just, checking the map, one last thing. This is the cauldron. So, I guess that means I need to go farming... Because there's a stalker in there.
This is
And
no place for a horse.
And I wouldn't imagine that they would just only have the one stalker in there. I'd imagine they would be lying around. Because if I missed that quest because I defeated that enemy, that stalker that you can see with the other enemies in there earlier, and I'm unable to get it, that's gonna be messed up. But I highly doubt it. I'm pretty sure you can just randomly get it from any stalker. Yeah, I don't like axes, and I was just checking because that can be a good place to go. But it's interesting that it's kind of like Chrono Trigger, where you can re-roll your own loot. Yeah, it's still there. It does allow me to go through enemies, so I can be safe on their big charge-up attacks because I'll be behind them. Like that. The game does scale with you though, so the more you level up, it can punish you later on because this does actually make the bosses harder. Moral of the story of this game is just don't get hit, just like a Souls-like. Or Soulsborne, but I consider the very epitome of death to be more of a Souls-like because he is the harbinger of souls, but still, or the, you know what I'm saying. I don't really play many games like this, but still, it is nice. I would love to play more Wukong, but still, my mind does like the numbers of this game and the actual overall flow of combat. No loot, just money. The more I health steal and just do good on these smaller enemies, I'll get more health back too. For the actual dungeon, but I figured, hey, might as well actually just go out farm a bit and just... This game is just one that you take at your own pace. I'm pressing circle. I wish it gave you health on execute. What the heck? You're kidding me, that hits me out of the air? Now I really do have to farm. There's another dungeon over there. I'm not gonna dungeon till endgame because we're only doing the story. Up until chapter 4, I guess. As much as I want to do these awfully lovely dungeons. There's a secret over here, though. Is it not over here? I could have sworn there was like a secret pond that you could go swimming at. What did we get? I could have sworn that there was like a secret area right here. Yeah. Yeah. When I was just running to the temple, I didn't exactly just get to show off any of the cool stuff that's actually around it, so I wanted to take this time now that I've got a good bit of it done to actually we will actually come back to this later. After we get the pistol. Guess might as well knock stuff out while we can. I actually didn't realize that there was this down here. That is very well hidden. You know, one thing I always, yeah, especially for war, but more so for death, I always had this funny thought growing up, it's like, why don't they have an oxygen meter? But then I'm like, oh wait, he's death. I hope in Darksiders 4 that they possibly get the underwater revised enough, because this is just basic up and down. I really hope that we could possibly get underwater combat. Like, of this entire game series, I feel like, yes, you have a good hack and slash adventure, but what if you had an underwater setting? Because the water doesn't really restrict your movement too much. You're able to just move so freely and omnidirectionally. So if you were down here and an enemy was up there and you could actually dodge a limited amount more underwater than you can freely over, it would be interesting. Anyway, those are my thoughts. Yeah, I do want to get the chest over there, but that'll be for a later time when we can actually properly get the things we're supposed to get. But for any of those who's playing along, that's right there. I originally got into this game because of Jacksepticeye. I remember watching it as a kid and just loving the graphics and thinking the gameplay was pretty awesome. So I'm glad I get to actually partake in that gameplay. Even if you get health back, you still take damage. And the health back isn't really enough to offset that said damage. I mean, it is by a little bit, so what I'm saying is, if you did give Death the invulnerability frame for his teleport slash, which he is known for in this game, you would be invulnerable, you would gain health, but then upon leaving it, you would still be vulnerable, so you could still take health, and it still takes a second for the health to travel to you. So I'm just saying.
Well, get on with you then. Nobody ever found anything interesting to do just by standing around.
What? Then what are you doing exactly?
Well, get on with you then. Nobody ever found anything interesting to do just by standing around.
I find that a bit hypocritical. Very much so. Yeah, there's bound to be more than one stalker around, and I think, yeah, all the way back, this right here. This whole dungeon over here, that has a stalker in it, if I'm not mistaken, so I could try to get stalker's bones from there. But he says all around the cauldron. So, I'm guessing there's more to the cauldron than just this dungeon. The maps are very lovely detailed. That's the chest. I kind of want to leave chests on Overworld just because I'll clear out story dungeons, but when I come back to the end of the game... Oh, so... The Four Twins. I guess every map would be a bit closer. To the Tree of Life. I know I don't do much action, but I'm also trying to relax in this game. I don't really have anyone watching me, but this is more so to put my content out there. Like, see, once you clear out the enemies, the encounter goes away, so... After you beat a dungeon, it's just kind of left a bit hollow. That's the only thing I could say before I leave is... I thought maybe... the enemies might respawn. Like, this is literally an encounter room. But only for a single time. So I guess I kind of was right, I think. And I didn't get any... No. Would have shown up there if I did. Even the door design is kind of, I wouldn't say intricate, but if you take a second to appreciate it, they created a logo and design that they could copy and paste, like, how many times? How many doors are in this game? They only have one real texture. So they had to find a nice texture that you wouldn't mind seeing hundreds of thousands of times, possibly. If you did play this game multiple times, and not only that, to have a motif that is kind of symmetrical like that, but also that can be opened from both ways. But it is cool how the door will not close behind you until after you walk through. I get for text box or for hitbox reasons. Like, even though I looked like I could have been gone a little bit through there, the game will not probably allow. Well, it might, but it is physics-based. I was just casually walking. Nailed it. I know, if anyone watches in the future, they're probably going to be very confused as to what I'm doing, but this is how my ADHD brain works. It tries to micro-precision and actually get the timing down to do very, very stupid little things. I don't know. I hope you all enjoy that. I will probably get off here before I look too more stupid because my health is not exactly indicative of a top streamer, but hey. I mean, we just opened doors for 15 minutes and had fun in this game. That's more fun I've had in Rivals in the past several months, so woo. I do want the game to be better. I deserve that burn for burning the game, but still. The new team up, just everything, the game is so unfun. I actively come to this game to relax more. That's kind of why I'm not proceeding forward much, just because I'm taking time to appreciate it. Because you'd expect for a hack and slash adventure for the enemies to come back, right? Right, Mr. Skellyman? Oh, tell me your wisdom in the next episode if you agree so. Don't you think the enemies should be respawning here? Don't you think encounters should come back after you beat the dungeon, but possibly a bit harder? Don't you, Skellyman? On PC, of course, because modding is legal on console. Don't you, Mr. O, Keeper of the Door? What is your wisdom? I see. They bind your knowledge. I shall set you free in the next episode. I know I goof off a bit too much, but I hope you all enjoyed. Until then, later.